Alright, today we're going to show you how to do the PS button mod. It's actually very easy. We already did a video on this, but we had a little problems with that video, so we're going to redo it. Alright, first we'll get these out of the way. Alright, I'll be doing it on my blue controller today. This is for Dualshock3 and SIXAXIS controllers, which I guess you could use any other controller, but it's mainly for it. You want to get your 5 screws out. Then there's going to be a clip right here. You just push in and lift it up. Just put that over there. Then you're going to look at this. Take the battery, then hold it like this, and pull it out. And you're going to look like you're going to have this. Alright, and then take your battery mounts and kind of hold onto it and wiggle it. And it will come up. Just gotta, alright. Just put those off to the side. Then look at this. These cables right here are your rumbler motor cables. Mine are already off because I came prepared for this video. Take your soldering iron and take them off. Just remember that positive, negative, positive, negative. It's easy. Get a screwdriver and this screw right here. Take that off. Now, once the screw is out, and once you have the wires undone, you might want to kind of unhook these. They're in little slots, and take your R1s out. Mine are already out, but just take them out. Then this should lift kind of right up. The analogs you might need to push through at the bottom, but yeah, just put that aside. Then you'll look at this. All right. What I want you to do is unhook it from right here and hold it like this and lift up. Alright, then you're going to look at this. Except right here, there will not be a hole. There will be a little plastic piece sticking up. Get like wire cutters or even scissors and just cut it off. Then get a drill bit the size of your LED, so about that size. And with this, I just have my light, positive and negative, except instead of black for negative, I have green. Gonna need that. Make it the size that you want, or that you have the LED. Alright? But before you drill it, take this green off. You do not want to wreck that. Alright? Then there's gonna be this little rubber piece right in here. You will not have a hole in it. What you need to do is put a hole in it, a pretty good hole, not a square, or else you'll look kind of stupid. But what I did was I took a pocket knife, put an X in it, like punched it through, then punched it through, and went like this, like that, and clipped it out with wire cutters. Once you do that, you put it back in, and then put your plastic back in. Make sure nothing is snagged or caught. Then take your mounts for your R1, R2, L1, L2, and put those back in their grooves. Alright. Then take right here and put that back on. Make sure it's flat too, which it might pop up a little bit, but that's okay. Alright. Next, take your light and put it in a little hole and bring it around against this plastic edge. Make sure the wires are out to the side, same with your rumble motor wires. Next, get your circuit board, put that back in. Once again, make sure nothing's snagged. You might have to move the L1 and all those mounts again to make it fit. Once you do, there should be no gap right here between the plastic and the USB charge. Next is get your screw. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Alright. Just don't drop it in it like I just did. Put your screw back in that hole and screw it back in. Alright. Next, fix your mounts again. Alright. Next you'll have this. Put a battery mount in it. And you'll have 4 here, or it could be 4 that are over here, not right here, or 4 down here. It's pretty much the same. You just have to mix and match them with the different controllers because there's many versions. With this one, I want you to take your positive, and it's easier if you use needle nose pliers. It just makes it a whole lot easier. And take that and solder it to the positive. Just like that. Which it's actually kind of a weak. Make sure your solder is strong. Not a little weak thing like I just made mine. Alright, really? You might need to get some solder. Alright. Now try it again. That smells good. No, it's kidding. Alright, then solder that in. Alright, and then next, get your negative and do the same thing. Except go underneath it. Alright, make sure that the wire part, like the exposed part's not touching each other, or else it will not work. And kind of place it around the battery mount, like this. And what I want you to do is take the battery mount out. Take your rumble motor wires and solder those back in. And then put this battery mount back in. And then do the same for the other side. And then I doubt yours will be, but my tips were kind of frayed. Because I've already taken this controller apart. Just solder it back in. If it is frayed, just kind of put it back together. It's not a very good solder. Alright. And put this battery mount back in too. Alright, next. I'll make sure those are in all the way. Take this, lean it back a little bit, take an R1, put it in and slide that back down. You should have a pretty good button in and out, and if you don't, you gotta redo it until you get that. It's a good in and out. Just like that. The little button that responds to it, well, makes it push out, that might get kind of stuck in there, that's why it's hard. Alright. Once you have that, get your battery and just put it in there, and then take your finger and push it in. Make sure it is in all the way. Put your battery over like that, then put your cover back on. Make sure you're not pushing anything together. Oh yeah. Before you turn on, make sure all your buttons respond. I mean, like they're not hard to push in. Then just before you screw it back in, make sure it works. It should look like that, depending on what color you used. Yeah. I'm glad to see this one works unlike before, which those I put in at another time. There's your mod. And after it works, put your screws back in and you're done. If you like this, subscribe. Any questions, feel free to ask. And if you want us to do a certain mod for you, please message us. We are also now on Facebook, the PS3 Hacker 1733. So follow us or like or whatever Facebook is. I forgot. Yeah, and thanks for watching.